In the past, I made a video about the quantities of rapid Scania buses batch over batch. In this video, let's talk about the differences in depth. A bit of a disclaimer, I'll be referencing these batches by their original service brand, but over the years, these buses have shuffled around, and you, for example, can now find rapidPenang buses now operating in KL and vice versa. Clips you may see on screen may have a different service brand to the service brand that I'm mentioning at that time. So starting out with the rapidPenang Scania K270UBs. These were in both 12 meter and 10.6 meter lengths. These are unique because they have a relatively thin electronic display sign on the front, side and the back. The 12 meter rapidPenang Scania K270UBs are also unique among all the Scanias because they don't have driver doors, or at least most units don't have, but there were some units that did have. Apparently this was supposedly due to some compliance and laws back then, and then the units without driver doors got an exception, but maybe perhaps this law has changed because newer buses like the NVO 200 and MRT Corp feeder buses don't have driver doors. So anyways, but that's beside the point. Another thing that's unique about the 12 meter rapidPenang Scania K270UBs is that they don't have rear windows. The rapidPenang 12 meter K270s are also believed to have come with originally different style of plastic seats compared to every later batch. You can tell a 10 meter from a 12 meter by the following characteristics, and this applies also to the K250s, which we will talk about more later. The 10 meter only has a single leaf door, the 12 meter has a 2 leaf doors at the front. 12 meters have wheel arch seats on both the near side and off side, the 10 meter only on the near side. 10 meter buses have 5 rows of seats behind the rear doors, the 12 meter have 6 rows of seats behind the rear doors. So moving up to the rapidKL K270UBs, these were only in 12 meter. They differed from the earlier rapidPenang K270UBs with, on the exterior at least, the thicker electronic display sign on the front, side and the rear. They have a rear window now, and if you go inside, the dashboard is different. Seat layout also differed. The rapidPenang K270UB 12 meters had 4 side-facing seats on the near side behind the wheel arch seats, and then on the off side there was a standing area and 1 wheelchair bay. The rapidKL Scania K270UBs are unique among all the batches because they had 2 wheelchair bays and 3 side-facing seats opposite on the off side, opposite of the rear doors. While the K270UBs had a relatively flat and basic front bumper design, the K250s upgraded with this recessed portion that flows into the number plate, and the headlights have a little kink on the inner corner, and for KL at least, the K250s have silver headlight surrounds, whereas the K270KL units typically have like the blue headlights around, although in Penang, K270s or K250s regardless both have silver headlights around, although the K250s, as I mentioned, have the kink. The K270s don't have that kink. The K270UBs at the rear bumper had the number plate recessed in like a rectangle with rounded corners. The K250s has kind of a recess that goes straight to the very bottom and is like angled. On the inside, the K250s are characterized by the switch from yellow dimple handrails on the K270s to these stainless steel-like handrails on the K250s. Inside the K250UB, another telltale sign is the driver partition. The driver partition is a much more substantial piece compared to on the K270UBs. For the K250UBs, batch to batch, we had a batch without wheelchair accessibility. These are characterized by the red Vogonite seats and were available in KL and Penang. We then had a batch with wheelchair accessibility, 12 meters in length, and also Penang and KL. Overall, the interior is similar to the Penang K270 12 meter, but there's 3 extra side-facing seats on the off side between the wheel arch seat and the wheelchair bay. We also had a 10-meter wheelchair accessible badge. This was originally for Penang and Kuantan. The 10-meter K250, like the 10-meter K270UBs, don't have a rear window. Where all other batches bar the non-wheelchair accessible 12-meter K250 use blue plastic seats, the 10-meter K250s use orange seats. The K270 10-meter had 3 plastic seats between the near side wheel arch seats and the rear doors, whereas on the K250 10 meters, it's been replaced by 3 foldable seats. Additionally, K270UBs, Penang K270UBs are registered with the PJ, whereas the K250s in Penang are registered with PK or PL something something. In KL, the K270s had the 3-letter followed by 4-number number so whereas the K250s were registered during that time that there was a trailing letter alphabet at the end of the number plate.